and this is Natural Disaster News with Noah Miller. Breaking news. Not too long ago, there has been a devastating eruption from Mount Tambora in Indonesia, April 15, 1815. It is one of the biggest eruptions ever recorded from Tambora. Giant clouds of smoke and ashes spraying out as I speak. So far, ashes traveled 800 miles, 1,287 kilometers from the volcano. Also, in central Java and Kalimantan, 550 miles from the volcano, 1 centimeter of ashes fell. Now Jack with more information on it.
Thank you, Noah. Now, 2,727 meters tall, Mount Tambora killed most people after the eruption. Mount Tambora is at a subduction zone at the Eurasian and Australian plates. Scientists like me use seismometers to measure the movements in the mountains to tell when a volcano will erupt soon. The eruption changed not only Tambora, but the world because of smoke and gas clouds that covered the skies. This made what people call a year without a summer. The volcanic explosivity of the volcano was marked at a 7.
So Jack, why did the volcano erupt?
This volcano erupted because it is out of subduction zone. This leaked magma into the mountain's magma chamber. As magma filled the chamber, steam and gases cannot escape, and pressure builds in the magma chamber. As pressure builds, it eventually cannot hold anymore, and it erupts explosively.
And Jack, what is the subduction zone?
Subduction zone is where two plates have come together and one of them gets subducted onto the other and they get locked. But eventually they slip. This forces the plate that is subducted to melt in the mantle as it gets deeper down because the top plate is pushing it. This is nature's way of recycling.
Very interesting. Tambora has been dormant for 5,000 years. What were the signs that it was going to erupt?
The first signs that it were going to erupt, and it was in 1812 when ash, steam, accompanied by earthquakes. This kept on happening until April 5th, 1815, when the first big eruption happened. Then soon, on April 10th, it had pyroclastic flows and the collapse of the eruption column causing more pyroclastic flows. Pyroclastic flows are flows of rock, lava, and poisonous gases. Then, in April 15th, when it continued with more pyroclastic flows, and then, again, in April 15th, the final and biggest eruption happened, releasing toxic gases, pumice, rocks, and the pyroclastic flow hit the water, which created tsunamis to neighboring islands.
Will the volcano erupt again?
Well, since there has been no eruption before this eruption for 5,000 years, it probably won't erupt for a long time. Also, since it just erupted, it will take a very long time to fill the magma chamber up again, so do not worry because it will not erupt in anyone's lifetime who is watching this show.
How could people reduce the amount of deaths?
To reduce the deaths of eruptions like this one is to take those signs into warning and leave the place before the eruption happens. People could also prepare for it because they live near a volcano and should have escape routes and be ready. Also, because of the destruction, people could escape, but since there is no food, they could have emergency bags. Finally, if they escape the island, they could have emergency centers at neighboring islands.
Wow, what a volcano. It killed 82,000 over time and 10,000 instantly. Now after this quick break, I will tell you this unbelievable story. Hello, and I'm back to tell you this unbelievable story that will blow you away. It was about a man who was the lieutenant governor of Java named Sir Stanford Raffles, heard in the distance from his book a sound that he thought were cannons. This caused him to send 2 boats into Batavia to search for the supposed cannons. He thought these cannons were a distress signal from a distant boat, to make sure they were in place to rebels attacking. The people searched for anything but found nothing. If they had kept searching, they would have found this noise at a volcano they heard from 750 miles away. This has been one of the biggest volcanic eruptions ever and will probably be for a long time. I hope everyone is okay. Good night. This is Natural Disaster News at 8. See you tomorrow. We'll talk about natural disasters, effects on the world, and how they help.